Oh good, we've got Wild Strikes on Trace. Let's pop that on for the moment. Because it's just occurred to me on like the final character that we need to do a bit of dragon slaying that maybe Wild Strikes could come in handy. Now, did we clear this tower? How many memory stones do we have about our person? Just the one. That's probably from this tower, yes? Let's assume it is. Now we had a quick way up here, didn't we? Let's see. Yep. Hop up here. Snag some rune while we're here. Whilst Yuki tries to cover as much of the screen as possible with his big fat ass. He's doing his best. Feels like Wild Strikes will probably make this a bit more efficient, a bit quicker than it has been on everyone else. Still uses up stamina as well as FP, but yeah, these swings are coming out nice and fast. It's only taken us until the final characters have realised that we can do this, but we got there in the end. That's going to be the motto of this series, probably. We got there in the end. We did it the hard way, but we're going to get it done. Maybe at the very least, our ghostly form will encourage someone else to do the same, and they'll be like, oh, that's a time saver. I've already got Wild Strikes. I can do this too. Now, I feel like one more bleed is probably not enough, but let's be on the safe side and pop the old thing anyway. Because we're not far off one more bleed. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't enough. But that certainly was. Lovely. And there we go, 96k. Now, I'm never quite sure where exactly to spread my stats when I play as a character that combines both brain stats and brawn stats. But we certainly want 20 vigour. We probably want 20 endurance. We probably want 20 mind. And that wouldn't leave us enough for anything else really, but maybe the rest of my points now will just go into intelligence. For a while at least. But yeah, we definitely want 20 mind because that gives us 100 FP. Which means we can summon our super cool summon guy. Oh no, we were using Godric Soldier, weren't we? Ah well, we can always get the Banished Knight now. Still need a half decent starting weapon. Although there's that guy on the beach who can give us a magic Ash of War, isn't there? Yes. So maybe we go back to the beach. The beach that we've not been to on this character at all. It's possibly Murkwater's Catacombs and the Coastal Cave are our next targets. And actually, before we do anything else, maybe we should be upgrading some of our gear. Yeah, let's do a bit of the old upgrading, I think. So, strengthen our S stock, I guess. We've got 15. How have we got 15 Smithing Stone 1? Well, now we've got an S stock plus 3. I wasn't expecting that. And the Glintstone Staff, again, it's not going to be a long-term thing. Hornbow, though. That's probably our go-to bow for the rest of the game. But we're probably also not using it much, so let's buff our staff. Now maybe we'll pop down to the coast. Was it the lower bit of the coast that we'd be looking for? Maybe. We also want better armour at some point. But I don't want to buy big, heavy armour. I'd rather get medium sort of armour on Trace. Especially if she's carrying around like 3 different weapons, just to be as versatile as possible. Yeah, it might have been that cave, that cliff down there. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the lad we're after. Now, how do we get to you without getting ourselves horribly killed in the process? Oops. We could jump down here, perhaps. Can we make it? No, we can't. That's death. Oh, jeez. What? What? Oh, there go all those runes. What the hell happened there, though?
Well, what happened was I'm an idiot.
I mean, obviously what happened there is we fell to our death again. Just as I was about to make a point about impatience being able to cost you all your runes. But yeah, that shouldn't have been death. That was a much shorter drop. But then the horse died, and then we fell to the floor, and then we also died. So what the hell? What the hell is basically my summary of what just happened. Now, so that was where we tried and failed to fall off. So maybe we'll have to go up and then around and then down. Gotta get up to get down. Often the case. Because yeah, whoops. We're gonna make that? No, that was clumsy. Are all these cliffs connected? Could I have just gone another way, jumped down through a spirit spring and then worked my way across to old Magic Boy? Or is there a patch of water in between the 2 cliff sides that prevents that? Because I would feel very silly indeed if I could have just dropped down over here somewhere. Because there's the old spirit spring to get down. And then yeah, there does seem to be a gap, so I do definitely need to come at it from the top here somewhere. Why have I got like no sights of grace over there? That's annoying. I really do wish this open world was a little less open. Open worlds in general are just there to waste your time a lot of the time. They should be a lot more dense than they are. Now, what was this? Next to the old death pit. It's a smithing stone. Lovely. Always welcome. I've already spent a ton, so more is very good. Now we've got the old dragon burnt ruins. Was there anything useful in there for us? Maybe? Can't remember. Let's get that just to get it off the bloody compass. Oh, and there is another site of grace over here. Well, wouldn't you know it? And there is another spirit spring actually on this side, so yeah, I do feel a bit silly now. I mean, I should do. I've just thrown myself off a cliff like 700 times. Trace will not be best pleased with me wasting all her time. Yep, we're in it. You can tell from the whirly animations. And now we've got a boy to fight. You there, boy. He's thinking about it. He thinks he might want some. Well, he can have some. And we're at blast. So, oh jeez. pulled us in with his old grav attack. Which is fair enough. And down he goes. Let's grab ourselves a nice Ash of War that we can actually use. Gravitas. I want it mostly for the intelligence focus on it, rather than the actual ability. Maybe we'll use the ability. I don't know. Crab. Are we ever going to fight these crabs? Maybe we should. I should probably try and kill at least one crab. Oh God. But then again... There. Yeah, crabs are just horrible in these games. Although this one's not actually that tough. I was expecting it to be tougher. And we've got some eggs. And that is largely it for this area, right? We can kind of stroll out here, but not terribly far. And some bits of it look like you might not be able to stroll, but that's... No, it's all safe, it's all good. Not sure why this guy had a bonfire, but that's fine. Is that a cave? Could this be cave? Good lord. It's actually a cave in a cliff. Could really use a light spell at some point. We got a torch, but we often want our staff, so... The Haligdrake Talisman. Wait a minute. This is the thing that we couldn't get to, that we could see but we couldn't get to. From old Tutorial O'Clock. Sweet. And now it's telling us about how we can press Y to get the HUD display. I assume that's if you haven't just got it turned on all the time, which I have. I didn't like it coming and going. Now where, though? Have we been to Waypoint Ruins recently? Yes. We have got access to Sellen. Does she sell magic that lights things up? But then again, will it ever be worth buying magic to light things up? Because I could just get a lantern.
Young apprentice, you are a tadpole when it comes to magic. Infantile. Without the legs to walk. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance. Now, shall we start learning?
Yes. Let's start learning. We don't want to give her any scrolls, really, because we can give those to Turtle Pope at some point. Glintstone stuffs. I mean, Scholar's Armament would be nice, but then again, we're just going to Ash of War our stuff anyway, aren't we? So let's do that while I remember. So not only does it add magic affinity with the descaling in magic, but it also adds magic damage. So it won't do... Like, it looks at the moment like it's going to do up from 141 damage up to, what, 182 plus 14? 196. But it won't fully do that because of the way enemies' defense works. But it should be more damage, so that's the main thing. Does it give it a cool purple glow? Sadly not. And what even does the gravitas effect do? I should probably check that. Although now I've put it on the weapon, can I check it? Maybe. Thrust it in the ground to create a well. Deals damage and pulls enemies in. So it doesn't have a combo on it after that or anything. That guy's having fun. Where to? Where to indeed? Well, we know where there's a lantern now, so that's good. Murkwater, that was it. We actually had a plan and everything. Cheeky boy. I thought we were behind cover. But thankfully we were out of range, so it's all the same. Now, why have I got a red symbol there? Is that because I've got a Baldurkin's Blessing or something? Yes, I have. Good. So let's do a Yuki and put it on there, in the hope that I don't forget about it. Now, can we get into cover before he shoots again? Not a problem. Now, can we close the distance before he shoots again? Yes. Swing, swing, swing. Dead giant. Lovely stuff. If we wanted to drop a bloody enormous bow, that would be fun. Oh yeah, that's the point. I was going to get a longbow, wasn't I? Get a longbow, get a claymore. All sorts of shopping to do on Old Wes. And we're wearing this awful looking chain armour set. But that's fine. Now, did we pick up the lesser for Arena as well? No, we haven't even picked up the lesser yet, so we'll just do a quick jaunt into the castle, grab a claymore and then bugger off, I think. We're not here for serious business, we're here for weapon grabbing. We've still got no ranged attacks whatsoever, have we? So we'll go with the cheekiest bit of stealth you can possibly imagine. How did that work? How did none of them spot me doing that? That's ridiculous. I'll take it. And a claymore. Lovely. So, we've got our current one, 16 strength 10 dex, and then we got 16 strength 13 dex. So, if power stancing rules are the same as in Souls 2...
They're not.
We'll need an extra 7 dex. So we need 20 dex to be able to dual wield these two. So we need a couple more levels. That's fine, I guess. The claymore might do more damage if we put a heavy Ash of War on it. Maybe. Either way, let's go to Round Table Hold, see what's going on over there. Because one of the things that's going on over here is our ability to buy a longbow, I think, from the Twin Maiden Husks. If we can find the correct room. Oh, hello. Why is this open now?
What do you need? I have little time to spare.
What do you mean, a house guest?
Oh, are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the Round Table's inner chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the Two Fingers. Once the wisdom of the Two Fingers becomes your own, I'll impart to you a proper welcome.
So we need to get Two Fingers in us, and then
I have high hopes for you.
we'll be proper members of the table, I guess.
These namby-pamby tarnished think us no more than a shelter from the rain. We've spoken, look.
Okie doke. He is reading his thing, so that's fine. And we can't even break his table for the lols. It's a terrible shame. We can wreck most of his other stuff though, so that's cool. He doesn't seem to mind very much. He's not complaining, at least. Now, Edgelord. Have we spoken to you before? Maybe. No, we haven't. There we go. Now then, Husks. Have you got for me a longbow? You have. Perfect. Do you sell arrows? No, that would be too easy if you sold both the bow and the arrows. But that's fine, because we can pop on the old longbow now. And then we probably haven't got the runes to get 2 more levels, have we? Although we have got some big boy runes, so maybe. Because it would be fun to dual wield greatswords. But then again, at this point, we've probably not got the endurance for it, so we'd like swing twice and then just fail.
Well, I took you no matter lay out your own.
What can you do for us armament-wise? So they both require regular smithing stones. Guess that's fine. We haven't got any lost ashes of war, so we can't duplicate any of our ashes. Quality, quality, sacred, and standard. So we haven't got any other heavy ones. Fair enough. But we could put wild strikes on. So it removes it from this and applies it to this. So that would give us 126 and 54, 180. Whereas our current boy is doing 199, but it is also leveled up, so yeah, we'll stick with the current one for now. And maybe we'll go and buy a handful of arrows from our chum back at the church. 50 should do for now. We're not really using arrows a whole bunch on Wes, but it's nice to have them. Now we should probably go back to the castle. Yeah, we'll get one more level in Dex though whilst we've got the runes. And now, what have we got? Limgrave Tower Bridge. Main gate with Gostock. Gateside Chamber and Stormvale Cliffside. So Gateside Chamber and Limgrave Tower Bridge. It's probably one of these two we need. I guess we could come up here and open the main gate if we'd snuck in through some other roundabout route. So that's fine. Let's press on through this door and see what's what. Just drop down to more bits below. Can we jump across there? Just about. Was it a good move? Not really. It just puts us back outside the castle. Fine. You got anything new to say?
The gates are open. Do as you like. It's only your neck on the line after all. The gates are open. It's only your...
No. However, given as you're not a merchant right now, we might have prevented you from being a merchant by getting the gates open. Let's duff you up a bit. Thanks for telling me about bows now. Yeah, I don't like this lad at all, so let's get rid of him. Oops. He doesn't hit very hard. And there we go, we've got his bell bearing, so we can get a shop after all. What did you do to deserve it? You're just an awful shit. Plus, this allows us to confirm for science whether or not he's the one who was responsible for locking that horrible door up here. So we'll take the side path, and we'll see what's going on over here.